Hi, my name is James Morgan. This video is going to cover AMC stock and my involvement with it, my experiences with it, and my history with investing with it. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes. Please do as much research on any stock or investment that you get involved with, and good luck with whatever you invest in. All right, without further ado, let's get into the AMC stock. AMC stock, if you'd have told me at the beginning of this year that my retail portfolio was going to be heavy or almost entirely consist of AMC stock, I would have said no way. But since that time, I've gotten involved with AMC stock pretty heavy. Started out getting involved with it. A friend had called me, and I guess it was what I hear about FOMO. It was fear of missing out. And so without hardly any research on it, I invested pretty heavy into it. Well, the research that I had done was maybe about a day, knowing that it was going to possibly squeeze. And at that time, I didn't even know what really a squeeze was or what was involved with it, or about hedge funds and shorting. But to that end, now I believe that the AMC stock and my position in it, I'm very bullish on it, and I'm pleased with it. Again, didn't plan it, but as an investor, I think that's what I'm learning, that you just have to sort of, to use a football term, you just have to do an audible a lot of times. You go up to, in football, you go up to the line and the quarterback's, he calls a play, but then he sees something different right before the play's about to occur, and so he's got to call an audible at the line and change everything up. That's sort of how I view a lot of the stock investing. Is you plan, because you need to plan, but then your plans will get changed, or you have to divert from the plan as the situation presents itself out there in the marketplace. And that's exactly what happened with AMC. And so I've gone from thinking I might just need to bail a day or two after I got into AMC at the high price at the beginning on the FOMO time, and now I've cost averaged down to where I hold a decent position at a decent price. I bought quite a bit of stock when it was at the in the $5 and $6 range, and then I even bought a little bit this last week when it was in the $7s. So I feel comfortable with my position, and I think that there's a lot of reasons to feel that way. Real briefly, some of the reasons that now I like the stock are, for one, it is becoming a good recovery stock, in the sense that things are opening up, different states are opening up, AMC theaters are opening up, and I think people are just tired of staying inside. And as more and more shots are given to more and more people, and we are going about our lives more normal than we have over this last year, I think people will get out and go to the theaters more. I think that more so now than I did, just a few months back. And also, I have learned that a lot of the major movie companies have waited to put some of the major movies that we've been anticipating, and they've been waiting to put those out until we're in recovery. So I think there'll be some blockbusters or some major movies that come out later on this year that will just be in theaters first, or at least at the same time they're streaming. I think they're going to be in theaters for a few weeks before they stream. Also, there's been more institutional investors get involved with AMC. The fundamentals are just better now too. I know that the CEO of AMC went ahead and sold some stock when it was up earlier this year, and paid off some of the debt. Even though they still have some major debt and major shorting going on, it's still much better than it was. And so I believe for those reasons, in the recovery aspect, this stock is fundamentally a better stock than it was just at the beginning of this year. A few more reasons that I'm bullish on this. The cost to borrow has gone up significantly over the last few weeks. And what I mean by the cost to borrow is these hedge funds and these shorters, they are allowed to cover themselves, or to not have the stock that they've used to short the company with, and they can just borrow from the brokerage companies. But the brokerage companies do charge interest, and it does vary. And as they see more risk, they'll raise the interest rate. And I believe it went over 10%. So that's a good sign. At least to me, that's a very good sign. Another good sign is the utilization of the stock, meaning the amount of shares that are available to short. That is at an all-time low, or percentage-wise at an all-time high. I believe that it's about at 90-something% as of this last few days, and that means there's just a small percentage of shares available to short, or at least that are legally available to short. I do believe there's a lot of shenanigans and this stock is manipulated a lot, but I think we all sort of know that, and we have to work within those confines. Again, that's just my opinion. Also, the volume on it is very high still, at least to me. And from all the other stocks that I'm invested in, this is one of the highest volume per day stocks that I have. And I know from where the volume needs to be for it to actually squeeze, it's not as high as it should be, or from the daily volume that I think we're used to, sometimes it's not as high. But as far as its volume, it over the last like 3 weeks, it's one of the highest volume stocks that there are out there. I believe it averaged about 135 million shares a day, which I know some of those days were 200-300 million, and some were under 100. But on the average, the volume is still there, which that is what is needed to become a good recovery stock and to also have a chance at a squeeze. So for those reasons, I'm bullish on it. And again, I did get in I averaged down to a good price. And so right now, I still think it's a good price. If you're not in AMC and you're thinking about it, just my opinion, I would buy it now if I didn't have a position in it. And if I did have a position where it was quite a bit higher than 8, I would go ahead and use this where it's at right now to average down as much as I could. I know everyone has a threshold on what they can spend or what they're comfortable with spending. So that's just my opinion. And so for all those reasons that I just mentioned, I am comfortable and am bullish on AMC. Again, at this time, things could change in the next few days or the next few weeks. So you just got to be diligent, watch everything in your portfolio, especially times like they are now with the stock market as volatile as it is. Good luck with AMC. If you have any questions or comments on what I just talked about, please provide them in an email, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. Also, again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button, and that way it'll notify you when I drop a video. I plan to do another video on the PPP and the EIDL. I hope I can get it out. If not, it'll be coming early next week. But thank you very much for staying to the end, and I hope to see you guys real soon again. Thank you.